Hello, kindergartners. Mrs. Boydston here. I am here today to give you a sneak peek into what the Google Classroom will look like next week. And basically, it looks like a party every day. How many of you like to play bingo? I do. Well, what we have for next week is a bingo card for every subject area. So instead of seeing assignments in each subject area, you will see a bingo card. Your screen won't look like mine, but I wanted to show you what all of the different things you'll see. You can see over here, if you look to the left of your screen, the arts bingo card. So it's a whole menu of arts activities. If there's 5 activities going across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 activities going down, how many activities are there altogether on each card? I'll let some of you figure that out. So we have an arts menu. We have the language arts menu, my favorite. We have math games and activities. Raise your hand if that's your favorite. You're the ones figuring out how many squares are on each card. We have a menu of PE activities you can do. SEL stands for social emotional learning. So those will be wonderful activities to do with people in your family. We also have a science menu. I know there are a lot of scientists out there. And we even have a menu full of Father's Day activities that you can do. Now here's the great news. The Google Classroom, the Clever page, and obviously this page as well, will be open all summer long. So if you see an activity here that you didn't have time to do, you can come back and do it later. But let's look at it the way you're supposed to make them work next week. So each day of the week, you will pick one activity from each menu to complete. And if you want to, you can try to make a bingo out of it. So I'm going to choose the language arts card. I'm going to move my face over here to the side. And let's make this big so you can see it. So excited. Here I have B-I-N-G-O, and that spells bingo. Oh, that's right. I exited again. Do that every time, trying to get rid of that toolbar. So if you were trying to figure out, there are 20 squares on this menu. So you are going to pick one each day. That's only 5 that you should be completing, but you can do more. Some of you might even want to go for blackout. You can make a diagonal bingo. You could try to find any of the horizontal bingos, or you can even make a vertical bingo. I'm going to make a horizontal bingo starting over here. Now, I noticed when I clicked on this link, it didn't take me to the exact same podcast that's listed here, and I'll tell you why. I believe that the podcast station it is connected to changes every day. There we go. So even though that particular link said it was going to teach you how to make a neighborhood scavenger hunt, today the activity is how to make a water lock. So you would get to listen to the Story Spectacular, Sal on the Erie Canal, and then you come over here and there's an activity you can do that will tie in with whatever story you listen to. So don't worry if the link doesn't take you exactly where you thought it would. The internet is changing on a daily basis, but it will take you to a kid-friendly language arts activity. The next link, oh, this is fun. It's a listening game, and you will get to guess the sound. Now, since I'm recording this particular game, it won't let me play the sound for you, but what will happen is you will just listen to a sound, and then it will show you a picture of what you heard. It's actually very fun to play. I think there's 3 versions of that. This square tells you to start a quarantine journal. If you have not already done so, you might want to start doing one, or you could just make a journal of your summer activities because summer is just about to start. This one's mine, and it'll be fun to come back and look at later on. You might even want to show yours to your kids when you're my age. Over here under the G, if I click that, I'm going to learn how to write the parts of a friendly letter. Now, anybody who chooses to write a friendly letter to me, I'll write a friendly letter back to you. I know you could just write an email if you wanted to, but friendly letters are, well, friendly. And then if I were following this bingo, my last activity is simply going to Storyline Online and listening to a great story like The Empty Pot, which I love that story. And parents, you could do these you could listen to a story and then you could talk about those comprehension questions we discussed. You could talk about what's the theme of The Empty Pot. It has an incredible theme. So it's up to you which activities you choose on which cards and which ones you complete when you complete them. But remember, you can have access to all the menus, to everything in the Google Classroom and all the games on the Clever website all summer long. We hope you will read every day, even if it's just for fun. That's the best way to read. Maybe get that journal out. Even if you only write 1 or 2 sentences or a list or something like that, don't forget to count the world around you. Figure out how the math works. We have loved being with you. We would have rather been with you in person. But we're so thankful that you spent this time with us in the Google Classroom. Have a great week next week, kindergartners, and have a wonderful summer.